But somebody get all out of order in the church and go stand up on their head in a corner while I'm up preaching. And that's the first time. I was like, put them out. No, you don't put them out. Did you say put them out? You have mercy. Y'all better help me with this. Here this boy saying, I've never transgressed. I've never done anything willfully. But read what he says.
Neither transgress I at any time thy commandment, and yet thou never gavest me a kid.
And you never. So I got to tell you how this guy talking. He's angry. The Bible saying that. Don't know how y'all talking. You ain't talking with your head. And you never. We got to be like y'all do. Never. Don't ever say never. Say you never gave me a kid, a little young, tender lamb for a party. What?
That I might make merry with my friends.
That my friends can come over and we can have us a nice boy. You never did that. Read what he said.
But as soon as this thy son was
now,
born,
as soon as this thou your son, not my brother, your son. That's your son. That's just your member. I don't know. I said, that's your brother and sister. That's your member. Soon as he gets back, what does the word say?
Which hath devoured thy living.
He has wasted your hard work. Your living. Read it.
With harlots.
With prostitutes. Read it.
Thou hast killed for him the fatted calf.
You gave him the prize of the fatted calf. Read what he says.
And he said unto him, Son, thou art ever with me.
Now, he's letting him know, look, we still son, the eldest son. We call him son. We have a relationship. And he said to him, you what? Read it again.
And he said unto him, Son, thou art ever with me.
You were always here. You didn't go anywhere. Read what he said.
And all that I have is thine.
All. Somebody say all. All. Everything.
All.
You've always been here. And everything, all that I have, is what? It's yours. If you had wanted a kid, a little baby lamb, it was yours. You could have gone got it. Stay with me. Why could he have gone got it? The young boy had already gotten his portion. The older son had to get the double portion, so everything that was left was his. Y'all not getting it. He's at home with his daddy. And everything that his daddy has is really his. Because the daddy, when he gave the younger son his, automatically the older son had his own. The older son didn't have to wait till the daddy died just because he stayed at home. Once he gave it to the younger son and divided the living, the older son, it was divided to him. He could have done whatever he wanted to. You've always been here. And everything that I have, that's yours. Read what he said.
It was meet that we should make merry.
But it was reasonable and suitable that we be happy and make merry. Why? Read it.
And be glad.
And be happy. Read it.
For this thy brother was
now,
dead.
Your brother who was dead in sin. Read it.
And is alive again.
But he's alive now. Read it.
And was lost.
He was lost. Read it.
And is found.
Now he's found. Don't let anybody teach you that you can't get out of fellowship with God and lose your soul. This boy was lost. He was still a son. God help me. He was still in relationship, but he was a child of disobedience. He lost. Lost in the hog pen, lost in the far country. But now he's found. Many people don't realize that the one that stayed was in worse shape than the one that strayed. So when you stray, everybody see it. And people will point to it. There's some folks sitting right here now. I'm not saying in the room, but I'm talking about in our membership that have strayed. They in a far country. They out of order. That was too quiet. I heard the admonition. They in a far country. They have come to themselves. But that mind trip they on right now, that's not the real them. You know who the real them is? It's that person that came to the altar one day and ask Christ to come into their heart. And because of circumstances and situation, their heart grew dark. It wasn't their relationship with you that brought them from God. They'd already broken the relationship this way. See, it wasn't the relationship this way that sent them away from God. Something happened between them and God. And then they began to treat one another a certain way because of what happened this way. It wasn't because this person did something down here this way. It was coming from this different direction. That's not what made them break up with God. It was something between them and God. Because if I have a relationship with God and it's personal, it's nothing nobody can do. For the Bible says, even God said, I'll never leave you. I'll never forsake. So God never did do anything. But something in that person, their relationship broke with God. And when that relationship broke with God, then they started treating you a certain way. It wasn't because of what somebody did to them down here. Why would you turn your back on God and God didn't do anything? So here's the problem. Favor. Favor. When God had favor on that youngest son and gave him his portion, blessed him, gave him his stuff, that oldest brother looking at that blessing. See, a lot of folks fell out you because you got a new car. Yeah. Folks fall out with you because you get a new car. Y'all didn't know that? Folks will fall out with you when you get a new house. Don't you show up here with some nice clothes. Don't you show up here with a new husband. But the relationship gets broken this way, then that way. And the way that that eldest son, he was angry that his brother was now safe. Found, back alive. Some of you, I'm not going to say it's you personally, but some within this congregation, like any other congregation, some people would be upset if somebody you know right now that's on drugs got clean. Come on. Somebody that's going to be real with me. See, the real person, when they really show up one day, and they testify that the Lord has delivered me. Come on. I don't tell the truth. But He's going to have to show me. I'm going to have to wait and see. You're going to watch in 3 months, 6 months. But the Father, as soon as He saw him, a long way off, I see where he was getting drunk on Tuesday through Sunday. Now it's Thursday through Sunday. Now he got to show me better than that. Come on. Now he just wait till the weekend. He working every week, but on the weekend he tied on. Y'all know anything about tying on the weekend? You function to go to work every day, but when the weekend came, you had to tie it on. And the Father, He's looking a far ways. The Father's not looking for you to clean yourself all the way up. That's His job. That's why He killed the fatted calf. You got to have some blood. The blood is the only thing going to watch. Y'all not in here. He had to have blood. It wasn't just about a party. When He sacrificed that fatted calf was valuable. See, y'all don't understand something. When you kill a calf, you kill the most valuable thing in your herd. That's your next herd. God, that's the Holy Ghost. When that old cow, she pushed out maybe one more calf. It's that calf where the future of the herd is. And when they fatted up the little calf, because they gave him a little more than he should have been eating to speed up the process, because while his meat is still tender, because he's walking around and he's exercising his muscles and he's grazing and he's romping and running and carrying on, and the longer he stays on his feet and the older he gets, the tougher his muscles and his meat gets. But as long as he's a calf, he's tender. But they want to fatten him up before a year because they don't want to wait till he's a year old. They want him fat and ready to go in about 6 to 8 months. Help me with that. And over in Japan, they massage the cow. Y'all better help me with that. Come here, Sister Valerie. Let me show you something. I can massage it. Come here. Hurry up. Get in the hurry. You better hurry up now because it ain't going to happen in And the calf, they massage those muscles on the cow every day. They just get out there, 2 people are massaging that cow all day long. Y'all didn't know that, did you? And they massage him all day long. I mean, massage everyone, but they massage him. He said, that's it. And they charge $100 a pound. So the calf is valuable. They killed the calf. They killed the calf. Cut this throat, let the blood flow. That blood was the cleansing power of Christ. The Bible talks about the feast of the Lord. With every eye closed. There's you, then there's the real you. And I'm going to pray tonight that you come to yourself before you get deep in a far country, deep in that hog pen. You're about to eat what the hogs are eating. You've already taken on that scent. Y'all stay with me. You've already taken on that aroma. You've already taken on that personality. You've already taken on some attributes of the hog pen. You've gotten off into the mud to feed them. You've gotten off in that